There's poop and cigarette ashes in the closet. In the closet. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today's video is going to be part 3 in my little series of apartment/roommate horror stories. If you didn't see parts 1 and 2, I will link them down below. Now before we get into this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up if you enjoy and stay subscribed to my channel. I'm changing my uploading schedule. I'll now be uploading twice a week on Monday and Friday, so make sure you ring the bell down below so that you get notified every time I post. Also, I'm in a new setup today. This probably won't be the normal thing, but I just thought it would be nice to film by the pool today, so that's what we're doing, and I hope you enjoy the new setup. Alright, I'm going to jump right into it. So, if you saw last week's video, you know that I moved out of my apartment after a series of horrific things that happened there. So I know what you're thinking. You moved out. How does the horror story continue after you've left your apartment? Well, sit down, grab your tea, your lemonade, your popcorn, stay a while, because boy, is this a story for you. So, this happened shortly after I moved out. Me and my boyfriend went back to my apartment to finalize some things, and I had some command strips that I'd left on the wall from hanging some things, and we had been trying to figure out how to get those off without destroying the wall, and once we figured that out, we needed to go back and remove them and just make sure everything was good. So we get to my apartment, and we don't notice anything at first, but we get inside, and I will insert pictures for all of this. We get inside, and we just notice things are off. I don't remember exactly what order we noticed the things, so it might be out of order from how it actually happened. But we notice there's dog poop on the floor under where my desk was. We notice like a butter knife on the floor by the bed. There is part of a broken off set of earphones on the floor. There is we just start opening the drawers at this point and checking everything. There's cigarette ashes in the dresser drawers. We open the closet. There's poop and cigarette ashes in the closet. In the closet. We go into the bathroom. There's cigarette ashes in the sink. There's cigarette ashes in the bathtub. There's cigarette ashes in the toilet. I'm sorry, is that a thing to like tap your cigarette into the toilet? Like, is that a thing? I don't smoke. I don't know anything about this. Please comment below. Is that a thing to tap off your ashes into the toilet? Because I've never heard of that. So we're like, this is crazy. Well, then we notice too, the window, the blinds are like messed up. And the screen is partially popped out. So we're like, oh my gosh, because this is looking like someone broke in. So I don't remember who we told first, if it was my mom or his parents or whatever. But we left the room, and that's when we kind of noticed by the doorknob to get in, the paint was all scratched, like they'd been lockpicking. So we're like, what the heck? Like, someone clearly broke in. This is crazy. So we left, and I guess called my mom. We did what we needed to do in there. We left, called my mom, whatever, and told her what had happened, and she was like, you know, it would probably be good if you called the cops. So we called the cops, and they were like, we're on our way, can you meet us there? So we met him there, and his parents came over to talk to the police too. I filled out like a witness statement thing, and they got staff to come and unlock the door, and the staff, it was crazy. I've mentioned how bad the staff were. They couldn't even get the door unlocked. Like, they didn't have the right key and they had to leave and come back, and it was crazy. Well, the officer, like, investigated everything. She took pictures. She said it looked like breaking in. I think she talked to a couple of my roommates who were there at the time as well, because their names were on the statement, as well as the name of someone that I didn't know, so maybe it was a roommate's friend. But she actually told us at that point, she was like, you know, it's not, these doors aren't very sturdy, it would not be hard to get in here. And at that point was when I just got really upset. Like, I started crying after I left. I was crying to my boyfriend in the car because I'm realizing, you know, I lived there from November to July, so like 8 months, and like the whole time, like, I hadn't been safe, you know, besides all the other stuff that was going on with the guys sleeping over on the couch and the dog do and all that. This was just more reasons that the place was uninhabitable. I mean, what kept them from breaking in on me while I was in there sleeping? I mean, it still gets me upset. And it was, you know, it took us a bit to figure out, like, who did it. And I finally did get my roommate who owned the dog. She confessed, and she was like, oh yeah, it's those guys that were sleeping on the couch. They broke in, we tried to stop them, and they didn't listen or whatever. And I'm thinking, why didn't you call the cops? I mean, like, I get it, they're friends or whatever, but that wouldn't stop me if I was like, dude, quit breaking into this bedroom. And I would call the cops. I don't care, it's breaking and entering. So yeah, I don't know what the deal was with the window, if they made their escape out the window, because it looked like they picked the lock with that knife that was in there. And they had, these were the people that had the pit bull puppy that was living there, that shouldn't have been living there, and so he had probably pooped in the closet and in the desk, under the desk. And yeah, so a police report went up, and the staff were going to send someone in to clean before the sublease, because we did find a subleaser. And it turned out, though, she was going to get a different room than the one I had. Like, they assured us she will get a different room, because they weren't going to, like, replace the torn up couch or whatever until my other roommate moved out. And I'm like, but anyway, so all of that got taken care of, and I'm glad to be out of there. But yeah, I mean, I'm looking back on all of this stuff that's happened to me in my life, and I realized my life is just one big BuzzFeed horror story. You know those BuzzFeed horror stories where they tell stuff that happened to them, and you're just like, what in the world? How the heck is this real? That's my life, okay? That's literally, I feel like nobody else would have this happen to them. Like, it's one of those things where you watch it and you're like, oh, good thing that won't ever happen to me. That's my life. That's my crazy life, and it definitely makes for some drama, of course, but also some memories along the way. And I'm looking back on this with, you know, I don't know, I guess I can laugh at it a little bit and just be grateful to God that He has brought me out of that season in my life. So that is it for this video. That was my horror story of when people broke into my apartment, thankfully after I had already moved out. So if you were entertained in some way, I don't know, I don't feel right being like, if you enjoyed this, because I'm like, I don't know, is this something to be enjoyed? I don't know. If you got some form of entertainment from my misery, as I've said before, I think I said that at the end of the last video, if you got some form of entertainment or enjoyment out of my misery, give this a thumbs up. Stay subscribed to my channel. I now upload every Monday and Friday, so stay tuned and make sure you ring the bell and stay subscribed to my channel so that you don't miss any time I upload a video. And I will see you next time. Bye guys.